Well, good evening, Bobcat fans, and welcome to another edition of Coach's Corner. Coach Riggs, everything's new tonight. We got a bunch of football players around here, and you told us last week when we left here that you'd make things exciting for us this week. Mike said he had a new show for us, 2 or 3 cameras, look like ESPN. As we go along, it will do that. I didn't know that you talking about excitement. Normally we fumble on the first play, and Mike said you told him at the game that you made them exciting and let them run at touchdown on purpose where they could make the game exciting. How about that?
No, we didn't do that on purpose, Randy, but somebody's been working around here this week. I tell you, the new opening and everything, I'm glad to see Mike finally did a little work.
Well, you got a new mayor in office, and the mayor told him he had to go to work or look for another job.
Well, it woke him up. Randy, I had 2 or 3 things I want to say. I'm not talking too good tonight. I've been yelling a lot this week, and I'm not talking real good. I got 2 or 3 things I want to say. First of all, we're real proud of our team for beating Abbeville the other night. It was, I guess, the biggest win we've had around here in a couple of years. I think it was big for 3 reasons. One, hope I can remember these 3. One, they had a good football team. They came in 6-1, and anybody that doesn't think that Junior Sewell is not a good running back, just watch his tape, because we hit him a few times, but that son of a gun is good. And they had some more good football players too, and it's no wonder they've won 6 football games. They had a good football team, so we were proud that we were able to win for that reason. Second was, I think, the way that we won. Nobody wants to be behind 13-0 and them had the ball on our 5-yard line. But that's what happened. That was the situation we were in. And there was a time around here that we could not have come back and won the game because I don't think we believed in ourselves enough to do it. But these guys have developed some of that, and that's a tough situation. And they came back, and from really the middle of the second quarter on, I thought, took control of the game, and we came back and won the game 19-13. And I think the way we won it really made it special. And I think the third reason that I was real proud of them was that we played as a football team, and I mean team. And you know something about this. It's getting harder and harder each year to play as a team. There's so much individualism in the world today. Everybody feels like they got to do their own thing. And as soon as something starts going bad, everybody wants to blame everybody else and make sure that they're not associated with what's going on. And it's harder and harder each year to play as a team. And I was real proud of us for that reason. So it was a great win. And I don't know that I want to say something else before I forget. I hadn't said much about our coaching staff this year. We got some new guys, and we don't have a whole lot of coaching experience per se if you start adding up years. But our coaching staff, I think, do a great job of coaching out on the practice field every day. And I just want to mention them. Robbie Smith coaches our defensive line and our wide receivers, works with our defense primarily. Donnie Franklin, Donnie coaches our defensive ends, helps our offensive line, and Donnie does a lot of other things within our football program. Has helped me out tremendously this year, and he's really done a good job and been very positive and very supportive of me. Jack Wiggum, for just to have coached his second year, Jack's got a lot of knowledge. He does things well. He's learning all the time. I think he's done a really good job with our offensive line. He's got a few guys to work with that's got a little ability, but I think if you watch his tape tonight, you'll see it. We block some folks, and Jack works very hard to be prepared all the time and do a good job with that. And Mike Archie has come to help us this year. Mike's doing his student teaching, and he's come and he's been a big help to me in helping with backs and receivers, particularly the secondary. Mike's going to be a good coach. He really does a good job coaching Friday night. A lot of us get watching the ball game a lot of times. Mike does a good job of coaching our folks, make sure they're lining up right and those kind of things during the ball game. So I want to mention them. They've really done well, and they better keep doing well the rest of the year. And finally, I'd just like to say that, we have this Friday night we play, and I know I'm not supposed to jump ahead, but I'm going to do it anyway. This Friday night we play Geneva in Geneva. And each week, I tell these guys Monday, each week we come in and we tell them why this game's such a big game. And this one's going to be a big one this Friday night. We tell them, and they get tired of hearing me say that. But it's been, I think, 6 years since Opp has won 3 football games in a row. And we intend on giving our best effort at accomplishing that Friday night. And we have put ourselves in a position, if we can beat Geneva Friday night, to do some other things the next week. But we need to be quiet. We need to beat Geneva this Friday night. So this is a big one, and I hope these guys are going to be prepared. And my final word is this. The reason, I always thought it's important that you win your homecoming game, you know. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
You know, you remember back in the 50s when y'all had homecoming. You know, it's important that you win your homecoming game. And our guys told me that we always win our homecoming game. And I knew we were playing a tough team. And after the ball game, first thing they told me is we always win our homecoming game. And the reason we won our homecoming game was not me or anybody else. It was these guys sitting here. And so instead of me sitting here telling you about it tonight, I'm going to take off my microphone, go home, and I'm going to turn it over to Lance, and you just talk to these guys 2 or 3 at a time, however you want to do it, and they can tell you who's making the tackles and who's running, because ain't nobody as much better as I do.
Well, wait a minute, Coach.
I'm going on.
Wait a minute, Coach. You said you couldn't talk tonight, and you wouldn't say much. You've talked now. It's been 45 minutes. You hadn't been quiet. For 45 minutes, you've been talking.
I'm off microphone now.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll be back. Hey, Coach Riggs is just walking out on us. Let's take a commercial, and then we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, Mike Russell says she's going to be hot when we come back out here. And I tell you what, we've got a bunch of good-looking fellows here tonight. I hate to say good-looking fellows because, you know, that doesn't sound very much. But we've got Lance sitting here right beside me. And Lance, they took the camera off of you. You thought you was taking Coach Riggs' place, and all of a sudden you didn't even bring you back on, did they?
I sure did.
I tell you what, Coach Riggs, we're going to have to talk to Coach Riggs and Mike about that because you're supposed to be the main man. And now they've moved the camera off to somewhere else. I tell you what we'll do. Coach Riggs says he's leaving and said we better practice good tomorrow. So, fellas, he's turned this thing over to you completely. I tell you what we'll do to start with. We'll start down here on my right, and I'll let each player introduce himself and tell you what position he plays.
Stephen Fuchs, number 51. I play center and nose guard.
Kevin Crew, number 58. I play defensive end and snap on punts and extra points.
Stan Gooden, number 43, running back, strong safety.
Cam Odom, number 89. I play tight end, defensive end.
John Donaldson, number 76. I play offensive and defensive tackle, and I do all the kicking, too.
I'm Lance Lindsay. I'm number 67. I play weak side tackle and defensive tackle.
And Coach Riggs is number 1 assistant tonight. All right, we'll start back over here on the other side now. Start on the, you going to take it over? Okay, we'll get our camera fixed on this side. All right, take it away.
Mike Solomon, number 50. I play offensive guard and defensive tackle.
Randall Bass, I'm number 65. I play linebacker.
Chuck Ennis, number 73, and I play offensive tackle.
Larry Phillips, number 20, I play tailback and left corner.
Sonny Master, number 45, play fullback and defensive end.
All right, that guy's down the line. Now you see 11 seniors for the Bobcats, and a mighty good group of seniors. And I tell you what, fellas, Coach Riggs just walked out of here, and he said a lot of nice things about you tonight. He was real complimentary, and like I said, he was real hoarse. He can't hardly talk. I don't know about it during practice. Stephen, what about it? Has he lost his voice at practice, or how was he today at practice?
I was pretty good at practice today, but I think he lost it Friday night because we had a good time and everybody was celebrating. And we come back to practice Monday. He was already hoarse, so he lost it Friday night.
Well, tell me a little bit about Friday night's ball game, Stephen.
We got behind there to start with, and nobody got down though. Everybody stayed up, and you know it's just a special game for us because it was homecoming, and we all stuck together when we come back.
Okay, all right, Kevin. You know, Kevin, you talked so much last time. Now you said you was ready tonight. Yeah. A while ago you made a comment and said, "Boy, while the TV's not on, I can say anything, but when the camera comes on, you're a little shy." What about now?
I'm all right.
Well, tell me a little bit about it. Tell me something about Friday night's game, or what a game you want. Just a while ago you was telling us about the moment you wanted to remember. Tell me about it.
Probably our homecoming goal line stance. We was down 13-0, and everything was looking down, but everybody just come together and we played as a team and had a good defensive stand.
Okay, Stan, we got a Stan back here. Now I know Stan, you hadn't been able to play. You had injured knee, but you had a big part in homecoming. Student council president. What did you enjoy about homecoming?
Well, I really enjoyed I really didn't think that when I first saw that first play from scrimmage, I didn't know what to think. But I knew these seniors wouldn't let the team down and quit, and they was going to come back and win the ball game.
Halftime, you got to escort who?
Marcy Spurley.
All right, homecoming queen. All right, Kim. We coming up here with Kim. Kim, what kind of comments you want to make? You want to make about this ball game, or which ball game during the year do you remember most?
This one right here is about the biggest one, and I'll remember it probably the rest of my life. They had a good game, and I'm just glad to be, a part of it.
Okay. Big John. All right, John. You did a good job talking last time. Now you want to play back Friday night's ball game, or do you have any other game you'd like to talk about this year?
Well, Friday night's game was probably the biggest win of the season, and that one and the Troy game probably was most memorable because Troy was such a big game because we lost our first ball game and then we came back and won that one, and it really set a tone for the season, our attitudes and all. We believe we could win and everything.
Okay, Lance, we're coming here with you now, and Coach Riggs said that you was taking over, so you got 2 microphones now, so you ought to come in loud and clear. So we're 4-4 now, Lance. We're coming into our last 2 big ball games, and what do you think about the next 2? We can't talk about the last one. Coach Riggs, he outlawed that. We can't talk about that team over here on the other side of the, well, anyway, somewhere over here.
Yeah.
We can't talk about that yet, but we got to talk about this Geneva or the Abbeville game before that. What's your opinion so far?
Well, I think we've had a pretty good season so far, but we got to beat the Geneva Panthers Friday night.
Yeah, we're going to beat Geneva Panthers Friday night. Well, have we watched enough film of and know a little bit about Geneva?
We watched a little today, but I expect we'll watch more tomorrow.
What's their strong point?
Who?
Geneva's.
Secondary.
And their secondary going to be a strong point?
They're good.
All right, then. All right, we're going to come on over here to, who is this?
I don't know.
All right. Okay, Mike. Let's get going. Tell me a little bit about the season so far now. Games you want to talk about.
Well, we got down at first. Monroe County shut us out, and then we come back and beat Troy. And,
Well, we go back to, I heard, which one? Someone said, Troy game, a big game. I thought at the time the Troy game was the biggest win we'd had in a long time. And, that was probably the biggest moment because it's got us started. But this game Friday, which one do you compare the biggest, Troy or the Abbeville game?
Troy, I imagine, because we got that first win under our belt and got a little confidence we could win.
Well, how important is it win homecoming?
We don't win homecoming? It helps with everything, all right?
All right. I tell you what, was you excited at the game?
Yes. So
Do you remember how you were compared to the 2 games, Troy and Abbeville? Which one was you, can you remember at the dressing room, which one was you happier?
Abbeville, I imagine.
Which one you had the best game in?
Troy.
Had the best game in Troy. How do you rate yourself so far this year? What kind of job you been doing?
Probably below average, I imagine.
Below average. What's your daddy think?
He probably a little worse than that.
Okay. He might get on to you a little bit, but I know he's proud of you. All right. Coming on down here to our next one. What do you think, Randall?
Well, I was happy Friday night because we got down to start with, and they jumped ahead of us 13-0, but we fought our way back and just come back, beat them.
Which game have you enjoyed most this year?
Probably the Abbeville game.
Did you go to homecoming dance?
Yes.
Did you have a good time?
Yes.
Do you dance?
No, sir.
Who's the best dancer on this team of seniors out here? Can any of them dance?
I ain't seen none of them dance.
All right, I just want to say that. Okay, let's go on over here to Chuck. All right, Chuck, give us your opinion so far.
Most memorable game I believe we had was Troy when John came in and kicked that field goal with about 2 minutes left to give us the win.
He didn't even say anything about that either, did he?
No, sir.
I thought he might remember that one. I forgot about that. We have to get on into about that. All right, coming on over here. Sonny says go up to Larry. Okay, Larry, give me your comments so far this season.
I think Troy was the biggest game because it was an area game, and
And that was just area game, Well, what about Abbeville? What?
Yeah, it was a big game. Yeah, it was a homecoming. We had never lost our homecoming, and we weren't finna do it then.
All right, big 4-4. You know what we're looking forward to, don't we? We're looking forward to winning this Friday night, and then we win that next one. We're going to get to travel somewhere, aren't we?
Yes.
What do you think about playing in the state playoff?
Well, I hadn't never played, but I think it'll be real fun.
I do too. I'm looking forward to it. All right, Sonny. They saved you the last here, and I don't know why they saved you last. They said you do the wind it up and close it down this thing. You just take it away now and give us a good ending.
I think the most important game was definitely the Troy game, and you got to look at, 3 of the 4 games we won them in the second half. So that proves something. Coach's got us in good shape.
Well, Sonny, one thing I do want to say about all you seniors, that we've been up here and all of you, having a good time tonight, sitting here talking to us before the show, and I didn't know what to expect when you came on. It seemed like you do a little different as we get live and get on the air as you normally are. But Coach Riggs said something to all of you that you ought to be mighty proud of. He said something a while ago that means a lot to young men. He said that whenever you was down 13-0 in the Abbeville on the 5-yard line, and you never give up. And that tells something about life. But whenever you leave here and get out of high school, that means something for you. Because you're going to have hard times. I know that down at school I hear a lot of people come by a lot of times and say that, boy, they just give up. I give up. I can't do anything right. But if you won't give up on that football field, you're not going to give up on life. And Coach Riggs said that about y'all tonight, fellas. You ought to hold your head high because that really means a lot whenever he said that. If we got anybody else that wants to make any comments you forgot to say anything about before we go to commercial? Kevin? No. Okay, all right. No comments then. If no more comments, we'll take a little break here and see what kind of commercials we got. All right. We've got these seniors coming in now, and we've had all our seniors here, and we get them as we're coming in. Our seniors this year is Larry Phillips, Sonny Messer, Mike Solomon, Stephen Fuchs, Kevin Crew, Randall Best, Lance Lindsay, Chuck Ennis, John Donaldson, Kim Odom, and Stan Gooding. And the captain out there is Lance Lindsay and Larry Phillips. And we're ready, and the high school cheerleaders bring on the Bobcats. Our cheerleaders this year, captains Marcy Sperling, Angie White, Sonia Lane, Vonda Phillips, Macy Edgar, Katie Loggins, Melanie Sperling. Sophomores, Tammy Booth, Tiffany Griffin, Kim McCarty, Christy Roach, Cheryl Walden, and Opie Kendi Blue. And that should get us in pretty good shape here now to start with, fellows. And at this time, we're going to say, who's receiving, Lance? Who kicks off?
Receive Abbeville that ball.
All right, Abbeville receiving, John Dawson kicking off, and they fall down the ball on about the 26-yard line in the first play. Lance, what happened to us on this first play?
I just don't think we're ready to play yet.
Wasn't ready yet?
No.
We're going to get ready a little later?
Yeah.
And I tell you, that's what he said, that Coach Riggs said that this fella can run. And once he got an opening, he showed us something went right on down the field. And so all of a sudden, early in the first quarter, 7-0 in favor of Abbeville. Abbeville kicking off to the Bobcats. And Larry Rogers has the football. Made a good little turn right here up the middle. And so the Bobcats will have it first down. And now Scott Parker at quarterback. That's our producer. He comes out and tells us the things we have to do. That time, Reggie Hightower ran the ball, and Reggie Hightower again. And our offensive line now moving Abbeville right on out. Stephen Fuchs at center, Brian McCall and Mike Solomon at guards, Lance Lindsay, John Donaldson at tackles. And then at end, we have Cam Odom, also Mike Hines. Michael Hines, what you rather say, Hackney. And that's Scott Parker passing out. Michael Hines, incomplete. And our wing backs and split people will be playing a lot tonight will be William McTeer, Sean Brown, Trey Smith, Chris Kidd, Kevin Hall, and Marlon Malone. Two ends would be Michael Jones, Michael Hines, and Cam Odom. So now then, Abbeville has the ball again, and Michael Hines comes across to make a tackle with who? It's not as easy as the fellas up here sitting back watching. It's not as easy to see it. Michael Hines again in on tackle, along with Greg Taylor. You know, a lot of people say, why didn't you call my name out? Or why didn't you call somebody? It's a little hard to see all these numbers up here at times.
Good play with Sonny Messer on that one.
Sonny Messer in on the tackle. Yeah, he is getting up off the football. Abbeville has the ball going around the end.
Wide again.
There's Larry Phillips, Kevin Crew, Michael Hines, and on tackle. Good penetration there, but look at the Bobcats. We had a bunch of people. I think Kevin Crew was the first one in on that one.
play right here.
Yeah, they got lucky.
They got behind us that time and made a good game. Reggie Hightower makes a tackle. So Abbeville has the ball now, first down. And here's the on-the-field camera. And who's that made a tackle? William McTeer.
Sewell's a good running back.
He sure is. He's moving the ball. He's moving on down the field. He'll run over people. So he's down now to about the 2-yard line, and now then Abbeville takes it in the end zone. So at this time, the Bobcats are down quickly, 13-0. And Bobcats, things are not looking good early in the ball game. Lance, she'll change around though, won't you?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Pretty
Lance,
quick.
if you feel right about coming on in and talking now, you just let me know when you want to take over. This is
Another good return there by Larry Rogers.
Larry Rogers moving the ball. And you're going to have to talk up loud, Mike said.
On the ball.
That's Scott Parker at quarterback.
On the inside play there.
Good run.
Get a good kick at it.
Reggie Hightower run the football. Good blocking by the line. Line's coming off the football real good now. Scott Parker out. Larry Rogers. Bobcats pick up a first down. And we jump there. Had a little motion in the backfield, so it'll put 5 yards against the Bobcats. Chris Kidd goes in motion. Scott Parker back to pass. A lot of pressure on us that time, and intercepted. Larry Rogers makes a tackle for the Bobcats.
Defense got to play hard now.
So now the defense definitely he's got the work cut out.
I believe the defense about got woke up after that one, too.
Oh, look at that. Bingo. Reggie Hightower, Michael Hines, and Sonny Messer. Good lick there.
And
Good
Lauren
tackle.
clocks didn't go off too quick. They got off about now, though.
They ready to go now, right
Yeah.
there. There's a whole host of Bobcats.
Team
I
tackle.
see Tony Kirkland, Michael Hines, and who else?
Running to the ball.
Let's see. Kevin Crew on tackle there. Greg Taylor. And so the end of the first quarter, the Abbeville Yellow Jackets 13-0. Second quarter action now. Abbeville has the football. McTeer comes up to hit him first, and that is Kevin Crew making a tackle. Abbeville's down close now, real close. Somebody get to him. Now, who they got to? Is that Sonny? Sonny Reed stand over there. Sonny Messer got to him. Michael Hines in on tackle. Hey, fellas, this is a crucial play now. We got to stop them down here.
This is
Who made that? Bunch of them, wasn't it? A whole host, Mike said.
good defensive stand right here. I felt like.
I do too. All right, Coach Smith telling you about it, wasn't he? All right, this is a big play right here. Come on, somebody knock it loose.
It's fourth down right here.
Bingo. Who is that
right there?
Reggie Hightower. All right, Reggie Hightower. I see Tony Kirkland. He's happy about the whole deal. Coach Smith's happy about the deal. And I was too. All right. Bobcats have the ball. Reggie Hightower coming out, picking up a few yards.
We wanted to win right here.
Yes, sir. The thing's going to turn now. Today, things going to turn around a little bit. There, Rogers going down. Uh-oh, is this the play?
Yes, sir.
Bingo. Oh! Mike said he's going to replay that one. Todd said he'd rather not be doing that anymore. All right, here we go. Get back in here.
Get back to
Second
the
down.
action.
Good run by Reggie
Inside
Hightower.
trap, and Reggie Beans back outside there and got a good game.
That good trap inside. Lance is going to get us on through here, fellas. Lance said he had to take over. All right, Scott Parker brings it to the line. He's second down.
Outside sweep.
Larry Rogers run the ball, lowered his head, and run over 2 people out of bounds.
Yes.
Greg Taylor says, good run, let's go. Bobcats have another first down. Got the camera on the field now. Rogers, he's bouncing off. Go ahead. Coach Smith said, wait a minute now. Hold up. There you go. All right, he said, that's a good run. Reggie, that's good blocking there by the line. Reggie Hightower coming off, running the ball. Good blocking up front by Stephen Fuchs, Brian McCall, Mike Solomon, John Donaldson, and Lance Lindsay. Good blocking. And now we got Cam Odom in there at tight end also.
Quarterback.
Good run by Scott Parker.
Scott Parker kept the ball, ran it. Was a flag for fellas.
Had a clip.
Had a little trick. Clip. Can't get it out. Try to get it out. As Coach a while ago said on another show that them penalties are hurt, won't they?
Sure do.
Have Reggie Hightower going up the middle. Scott Parker, quarterback. He drops back to pass. Pass outside to William McTeer. Just good play, defensive play there. There's Larry Rogers. That time, I think they beat us a little bit, fellas. They got our
across the line.
We had a
got
hole
penetration.
They got our number on that. Now we got to drop back and punt. And uh-oh, this is one of them things. She's had a little mix-up, but that's all right. Defense came back in now, and Show said, well, we got to stop them, and the defense is going to hold them out again. So I tell you what, fellas, this is a good job right here. When you got to get tough, you did. You got tough. And then they dropped back to halfback pass, reverse pass, really. And bingo! Scott Parker picks it off, and so we right back in business again. And now then we have Aaron Hightower at quarterback, and that's Larry Rogers running the football. So we have a second down and short yardage. Aaron Hightower pitches back to Larry Rogers, and Larry turns the corner and picks up a first down.
Good blocking by the front line.
So now that we have a first down, Aaron gives the ball off to Reggie Hightower, and we pick up a couple yards. Aaron back to pass. Thrown outside to William McTeer, and picks up a few more yardage. This is a good drive here. Aaron hands off.
It was a long one, too.
Reggie Hightower sure was. Good long drive.
Took
That's
a lot of time off the clock.
That's what wins ball games for you. Now see that one of Abbeville players running off the wrong side of the field, which is going to be illegal, and cost them a little penalty. As a counter play there.
Yes.
Aaron Hightower running the ball. Bobcats on the drive. First down. Aaron drops back to pass. He throws a long one. And who's that intended for? McTeer, incomplete. So now straight ahead to Reggie Hightower.
Just up the gut thing right there.
Up the middle. Now we got our camera back on the field again. Mike Russell in command. Aaron Hightower pitches out to Larry Rogers, and Larry picks up a big first down for the Bobcats. First down on the 30-yard line. Aaron back to pass. Outside, William McTeer. He breaks one tackle and goes down to going to replay it again, Mike said.
Good run by McTeer.
It sure was. Watch him break his tackle. One break, two, and get on down to about the 18-yard
Offensive
line.
line did a good job of protecting for the quarterback now.
Doing a good job. There you go. Pull them off.
He wanted to start a little early there.
He got him a quick start on us, didn't he, Lance? Did he hurt it? All right, good enough. Look at Larry Rogers
Yeah,
in
good run.
on the field camera, and there's some excitement on the field for the Bobcats as Larry Rogers goes in for the touchdown. John Dawson puts it through with 49 seconds left in the half. It's Bobcats 7, Abbeville 13, and John Dawson kicking off for the Bobcats, and they recover it on the 40. John, we tried to just keep getting low where they wouldn't be in return, didn't we?
That one hit down, man. I mean, on the front line.
All right. Greg Taylor knocks the ball down, and Abbeville Yellow Jackets have it second down.
Yeah.
Look at this. Good play. Trey Smith.
Good play by Trey.
All right, and that's the end of the half, and the Bobcats come up with a big score right before the end of the first half. All right, we get into the second half of the football game now, and the Bobcats are down 13-7 and needing something good to happen. That time, Reggie Hightower picks up good yardage. Scott Park at quarterback. Gives off to Larry Rogers around the end. And the line for the Bobcats now, the center, Stephen Hughes, Brian McCall and Mike Solomon at guards, Lance Lindsay and John Donaldson at tackles, and Michael Hines at tight end. And it's a pitch back to Larry Rogers, which picks up a first down. Scott Parker brings the Bobcats to the line of scrimmage. Comes out with a dive straight ahead. Reggie Hightower. See William McTeer and Trey Smith at the wideouts. Scott hands off this time to Larry Phillips. And Larry Phillips moves the ball down inside the 20-yard line. And I see Sean Brown at Spit Mountain play before.
We had a good little drive going here. We talked about it at halftime. If we could come out and score start of the second half, we'd win the game. We knew we would.
Reggie Hightower run the ball. Scott Parker pitches out. Larry Rogers, and he takes it down inside the 15-yard line. This time Scott keeps the ball, goes outside, gets it down to the 10-yard line. And Scott pitches out Larry Rogers. He takes it around the end and almost gets in the end zone, down to about the 2-yard line. Bobcats have it first down now. Big play. Cam Odom at tight end. And Reggie Hightower takes it in. On this, we see that we have Tony Kirkland at blocking back and Sonny Messer at blocking back and Reggie Hightower going in the end zone. You see a happy group of Bobcats. All of a sudden, she's 13-13. And that was a big touchdown there, Lance. As you said, we needed that to start the second half. That gave us a lot of confidence, didn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the Bobcats bring it down with 7:15 left in the third quarter. It's 13-13. And now then the Bobcats has got some confidence on the sideline. John Dawson kicking off. Abbeville bringing the ball back up the middle. I believe Michael Hines and Sonny Messer in on the tackle. Bobcat defense now going to work. Look at that. Got about 7 or 8 men in on tackle. See Jamie Wismer getting up. Got Mike Solomon and who's that first one to hit him?
I can't really tell. There's a lot of. That's one thing the coaches emphasize at practice is running to the ball, getting a lot of people around the ball.
A lot of people around it. And our defense Friday night played a good ball. There's Michael Hines, William McTeer. For our defense Friday night, we had Tony Kirkland, Mike Solomon, Lance Lindsay at the down people, along with Jamie Wismer and John Donaldson. Ends with Sonny Messer and Kevin Crew and Cam Odom. And making a tackle here, let's see, I see Greg Taylor getting up, Mike Solomon getting up over, Larry Phillips around the ball and pointing for the Bobcats, but referee says no. Abbeville still has the football. And
big play.
There's Michael Hines running the football, and the ball on the ground again, but the referee says nope, down. Linebackers was Michael Hines, Larry Rogers, and Greg Taylor Friday night. And then we'll get to the secondary after this play. Abbeville back to pass. And the screen outside, and I believe that was Sonny Messer making a tackle for the Bobcats. And so Abbeville will punt the football. And it goes out of bounds, so the Bobcats will take over. First down. And secondary, that's Reggie Hightower. And we get secondary when the defense gets the ball back. Reggie Hightower straight ahead. Scott Parker back passing, and it's outside and high. So it's incomplete. Throwing the ball to William McTeer. Have a big third down now. Ball straight ahead. Reggie Hightower, he turns the corner. And close to a first down. I believe it's fourth down. Go for it. And this time it's no good.
Come up just a few inches short, right?
Yep. Abbeville Came to 10. The old Bobcats got to dig in again. Let's see if we can dig in and hold them out. Had Greg Taylor making a tackle. And so after the fourth quarter action, now a big quarter for the Bobcats. We've got to have this quarter to win the ball game. All right, I believe you'll see Trey Smith coming up. I believe Tony Kirkland was in on tackle.
John Dawson back in that defense.
Our big play. Bingo. That's Greg Taylor. Big play for us. Bobcats. Now then, Abbeville back having to pass the ball. And it's thrown incomplete. And the secondary for the Bobcats we're seeing all night long was Scott Parker, Larry Phillip, William McTeer, Reggie Hightower, Trey Smith, Sean Brown. All played good in the secondary for the Bobcats. And Abbeville tries a field goal. It's no good. So the Bobcats have another opportunity to move the football. Scott Parker brings them to the line, and here Reggie Hightower breaks loose, and Sean Brown downfield blocking for him and gets out of bounds. And we'll replay that one. I tell you, we like to broke this one.
To the weak side, and he was almost
Don't hurt my man. Hit him a little late there, but that's okay. Didn't hurt anything. Now then we go in with Larry Rogers going wide right. Reggie Hightower blocking for him. Pick up good yard. There's old Tim Meadows. Meadows taking care of us, isn't he?
Been a manager for a long time.
He loves it, doesn't he? He loves the Bobcats. That's great.
Does.
And there's Larry Rogers. That's a good tackle by Abbeville. Had a little hole, and then he came up there and made a big saving tackle. And Scott Parker pitches on the option. Larry Rogers keeping the football. So we'll have to punt again now in the fourth quarter here. Needing something going, but we got to punt the football. John Dawson back punting. High snap, but he gets it down. Good receiving by John, getting the ball off. And there's a Brian McCall made a good play that time.
Got downfield and stalled him up for the rest of them.
And there's a whole host of Bobcats making a tackle there. I tell you, I don't know who could hit him first, but there's a bunch of them on the tackle.
I guarantee you there was 11 of them out there playing the wind just then.
That's right. Back throwing the ball, and here it goes. It's up high, and it's incomplete. So it's getting close to the end of the ball game now. We got to have something happen. Fourth down. Abbeville's punting the football. Mike Russell's moving everything around in here. Lance, I don't know what we're going to do now. Fair catch call. And so the Bobcats will have the ball back now with not very much time left in the football game. Reggie Hightower run the ball. Now we have Aaron Hightower in at quarterback, and here goes. Look at this run now. I tell you what, that's just as good a run as you'll ever want to see. Larry Rogers broke 2 or 3 tackles and took the ball on into the end zone. Tell you what, that's worth watching again. Let's see if we can't have that replay. Take some happy Bobcats on the sideline. Watch the offensive line come off block. Watch the hold he has. Good blocking. Lance Lindsay leading up inside. And then Larry Rogers said, hey, I want to get in that end zone. And he does. He takes it all the way. Good running, Larry. Good blocking that offensive line up front. Mighty good blocking. You see Lance Lindsay coming out trapping. Brian McCall, Stephen Hughes, Mike Solomon, John Dawson. Good blocking. And I tell you, that was a big play. You see the happy Bobcats on the sideline. And there was happy Bobcats in the stands too, Lance.
They sure was. Talking about Larry, he had a good game the other night. I think they said he got 169 yards rushing, and Reggie Hightower got right at 120.
That's a lot of yards for 2 backs, but Lance, it goes back to say a lot for y'all. The offensive line did a mighty fine job blocking for them. And so 5:36 left in this football game. The Bobcats are ahead, 19-13 now. Then defense, you got to come through and play hard and hold this game.
Needs the ball back right here where we can run the clock out.
There you go. A lot of people in there on the tackle there. Now defense is ready to get after them. Good pressure on the quarterback. Caught. Michael Hines in on the tackle. And old cheerleaders are happy about this time too. I tell you what, everybody's happy. Cheerleaders, the band, pep squad, fans, football players, everything's going good now.
Yes.
Homecoming. Michael Hines, Trey Smith, and all the Bobcats saying Bobcat ball. And the Bobcats come up with it. That was a big one right there, Lance.
It sure was. It really helped us out right here. We got the ball back. We were able to drive it down and run the clock out like we wanted to do.
Reggie Hightower's got the ball run off tackle. Now then we'll see if we really want to win. We've got the ball back. few minutes left in the game, and can we keep it till the end of the game? We'll see what the Bobcats will do with the football. Larry Rogers trying to run again, makes a few yards. Band, I hear the band's all pepped up. Lance Lindsay leading through. Larry Rogers, so that makes it third down now, and about 5 yards. You see we got 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, and watch what happens right here. Bobcats get up to the line of scrimmage and see what Abbeville does. And a long count. Abbeville jumps offside, so that gives the Bobcats a big first down. It was 4th and 4 as Mike Russell did a good job putting it on the bottom of the screen for us. And now then the Bobcats have the ball first down. And here goes Larry Phillips. Good hard running by Larry Phillips. Line coming off the ball real well blocking for us now. Our on-the-field camera. Scott Parker takes it. Hands off up the middle, and this time it's Sonny Messer running the football. And we're getting towards that goal line. Clock's running. Bobcats keeping the football.
There's a few of us started smelling that end zone again about right here.
And plus also, Lance, how about victory?
Yeah, we can sense that a little bit too, but we wanted to score.
There you go. That's Larry Phillips running the football again.
Larry's been a real good running back this year. If you'll notice, it takes more than one person to bring him down. He don't never just give up.
Runs it hard, he sure does. And there goes Sonny Messer in there. We thought it was a touchdown, but it's just a little bit short. So cheerleaders are happy, Bobcats are happy. And I tell you what, old Mike Russell's happy. He told us last week we had to have I know them two right there, I believe. See them every once in a while around the house there, man. Bobcats are mighty happy. Look at that. Tell you what, that's a mighty big feeling with a score 19-13. And okay, that was a big, exciting homecoming victory for the Bobcats. I tell you what, like Coach Riggs said earlier in the show tonight, it's been a long time since the Bobcats have won 3 games in a row. And so it was a big one. I tell you, we had a lot of excitement. Cheerleaders, well, I tell you, they had a big night. The homecoming court had a big night. Football players did. As you can see tonight, we've got a lot of nice young men on this football team. We had 11 of them here tonight, and as Coach Riggs said earlier, they never gave up at all. You had an opportunity of being down 13-0. Abbeville taking the opening kickoff, running the first play, 76 yards for a touchdown, and then coming back and scoring again, being 13-0, and then having it down on the 5-yard line, had an opportunity, say, to close the door. But Bobcats, it tells a lot for these seniors, and they've all kind of eased on out now and left us. But I tell you what, it was a big, exciting homecoming. I don't think you could have had a better homecoming than we had Friday night. And now I'd like to get on the show with us tonight, Mike Russell. Mike has been working these productions all these years, and I tell you, Mike's put a lot of time into it, and I just want him to tell us a little bit about. A lot of people in town has been calling Mike, wanting to know how they can get a film of the homecoming, the parade, the pep rally, and all of this. And tell us a little bit about what we can do, Mike.
Randy, what we're going to try to do, we got a lot of people calling, want the homecoming halftime show, the homecoming pep rally, also the homecoming parade, the football game, and all of it. So what we're going to try to do is put it all on one tape and just let you have it all. The charge will be $20. You can call Channel 6 after 4 o'clock any day. We'll put you on the list. It's going to take us several days to get together. It may take you a week or 2 weeks to get your tape, but we will keep it. And everybody that wants one is welcome to call Channel 6. Also, I might add, we did a video for Opp High School. The kids at Opp High School, the students will be seeing the video in the next few days. I think what we'll do is also include that video on the tape itself, and that way we'll take care of everything at one time.
Mike, this video you did at Opp High School, the teachers reviewed it the other afternoon, and you know, there's a lot of students on this. All the teachers are on it, a lot of students. It tells all about Opp High School. Mr. Pyron and Ms. Williams are the principal and assistant principal now. And I tell you, Mike, you did a tremendous job on it. I know that you put about 40 hours in. You just tell us about how many hours that you worked on it, and it's a mighty good video of telling all about the Opp High School. Like you said, the students will probably see it Thursday at school and assembly program, and then Thursday night we're going to have a parents' night at the high school, and we'd like for all the parents to come by and see this video, plus talk with their teachers and find out a little bit more about our high school.
Randy, we'll be showed. Let me say thanks to Gary Hall and Buddy Power and Miss Williams. They put it all together. All I did was just match up the video and the audio. I learned a lot about Opp High School I didn't know. Me being a graduate of Opp High School, a lot of things have changed in the last few years since I've been gone, Randy. And it's really informative about what's going on. It tells you a lot about what's going on with the students and what they're doing. So you really need to watch it. Randy, let me say, I don't get to be in front of the camera too often, you know. You usually take the program and talk a lot. but I'm looking forward. I had a good time Friday night homecoming. We for the Bobcats 100%, and we want to see them go down and beat Geneva Friday night. It's tough, as you know, traveling with a team as I do. I get up and down with the boys too, and it's good to have a win. We're going to go down and beat Geneva Friday night.
JR. And Mike, one other big thing at the pep rally this Friday night, that we had one of the best pep rallies last Friday. You know, each week our pep rallies have been getting better and better and better. We've getting student involvement. And we've got a bunch of students down here on our right-hand side of the gym that they started standing up, started having a good time. And, you know, that's just kind of spread out to the whole student body. They all having a good time. Friday night, boy, last Friday, there was a great pep rally, and it was a homecoming. Everybody was excited about it, and, you know, having a good time. There's nothing wrong with standing up hollering. Some people say, well, it's not very manly or something. Shoot, I tell you what, they're having a good time. And one other thing we're going to have this Friday, we're going to have KMX come in. That Bobcats was the team of the week, so we're looking forward to another big pep rally Friday night, and then we go down and beat Geneva, and then as Coach Riggs says, that team across over yonder, he won't let me say that. I can't say it with him. If he's not here, I can say it, I guess.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll talk about it next week.
That's right. Okay, we'll talk about them next week.
I guess with Jamie being gone, we could talk about it tonight, but you know, Jamie's a pretty good old fella, I guess, and we'll show him the courage, and we'll just wait until next week.
All right, we'll wait until next week. That sounds like a winner. Mike, appreciate everything you did Friday night. You did an outstanding job with all the camera work, and I know that's hard on you. You said that didn't know how many more times we could do this or not, but you're on the sideline, the other people upstairs.
Let me thank a few people, Randy, for this. Of course, it took 3 people Friday night. Of course, I used to do the film. I had to get my father to do the film. Kenny Johns does all the camera work, all the video that you see on this show on Tuesday nights done by Kenny Johns. Donnell Weatherford put it together. Gary Morrison, Donnell did the camera. Myself, there's several of us involved on this video and everything. Gary Hall, student council. There's really been a lot of people working on homecoming this week, and I hope it didn't leave everybody out, but I want to thank all of them.
Thank you, Mike. You did a tremendous job. It's a great show. Camera work tonight. Everything was real good, and it was just a great homecoming for Opp High School. Everybody enjoyed it. There was a big, big victory for the Opp Bobcats. 2 in a row. Geneva Panthers coming up this week, and we're looking forward to having a mighty big crowd in Geneva. So we'll be looking forward to having everybody back here next Tuesday night at the same time.